What's going on, y'all? So this is basic disputing for late payments. So as you can see right here, we have this guy has a 30-day late payment right here. So the first thing I'm going to do with this client is gather information, right? So I'm going to figure out when his due date is, right? And count the days from his due date to the day he made that payment, right? Because let me take you right here. Let me show you why I would do that. So this is from Equifax, right? When does a late credit card payment show up on a credit report? Late payments generally won't end up on your credit report for at least 30 days after you miss the payment, right? So it's a 30-day late payment, right? So if you are 27 days late paying it, it's not a 30-day late payment, right? So that's exactly why for this client, the first thing I'm going to do is count those days from the due date to the day he made that payment. So say he made that payment in 27 days. Obviously, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to take that credit card statement or whatever I have to prove that I made that payment within that 30-day window. I'm going to take that. I'm going to get a copy of something that has my credit card due date from the bank. I'm going to take that and I'm going to write a simple dispute letter and I'm going to say, hey, please update this to pay it as agreed. I indeed, did make this payment within this 30-day period. Here's supporting documentation to prove that. Boom, there you go. I would actually go ahead and send that to the creditor as well. I wouldn't send that to the bureaus. I'd send that straight to the creditor if that was the case. But okay, so let's say that we did count the days and he was indeed 30 days late, right? Say he was, 33 days late, it was 33 days until he made the payment. So we can go right here. So this is section 623(7)(a)(1) of the Fair Credit Reporting Act, negative information. So notice to consumer required. I went over this in another module. If any financial institution that extends credit regularly and in the ordinary course of business furnishes information to a consumer reporting agency described in section 603P, furnishes negative information to such an agency regarding credit extended to a customer, the financial institution shall provide a notice of such furnishing of negative information in writing to the customer, right? So they have to notify you in writing prior to or no later than 30 days after furnishing negative information on your consumer report, right? So say that you don't remember receiving something in the mail though, right? They didn't give you your notice to consumer required. So that would be my whole dispute under that late payment. Failure to provide notice to consumer required pursuant to section 623, please update to paid as agreed or ND for no data, because they won't always update it to paid as agreed. Sometimes they'll just leave it blank or they'll put ND for no data. So, but if you do get it updated to paid as agreed, more power to you. Okay, so let's take a look at this one, right? So we can see right here. So I showed you how to get rid of the 30-day late payment. Same thing applies to the 60-day late payment, right? So say that I'm going to go ahead and count the days. Same thing. Count the days from the due date to the day he made that payment. So say he was 55 days late. I'm going to do the same thing as that 27-day late payment. I'm going to go ahead and write up a dispute with the same supporting documentation. I'm going to go ahead and send that straight to the creditor. This is indeed not, in fact, a 60-day late payment. I made this, payment 57 days. So that's how I would attack that. So say we were to get that updated, right? So now we got rid of this 30-day late payment and this 60-day late payment, right? So now we have 90, 120, and a 31 again, which is inaccurate as well. So now we're just left with a 90-day late payment and a 120-day late payment, right? Now, so what does that show? How can you be 90 days late without being 60 days late? Right? How could you be 60 days late without being 30 days late? So you see the incomplete information, right? That credit report's incomplete, showing me just a 90 and a 120-day late payment without showing my 30 and my 60, right? So it's all about just, you can get one of those things off and make that report incomplete, and then you can go ahead and attack it that way, or maybe you can, maybe you just want to go to the Fair Credit Billing Act, right? So this is The Fair Credit Billing Act, 15 USC 1666, part of Truth in Lending. Um, so yeah, maybe it's a billing error. So this is a Fair Credit Billing Act. So you can go ahead and study up on this. This is good stuff as well. This is another way you can attack the late payment as well. So there's different ways. Like I say, with every other account, there's different ways to attack it depending on which way you want to go and which way has the strongest dispute, right? Because you don't want a weak dispute. You want to make it strong. It's factual. It has supporting documentation. And if we ever were to go to court for something, we can win, right? That's the ideal, way that I want to see everybody go when they are disputing anything with their own credit or for a client's credit as well.